What's in your toolbox?
The 23 250 bike of Aaron Plessinger. I'm joined by his mechanic, Billy Hartle. Now, Billy, we see T-handles all the time. We've got the regular ones that I know you use to tighten plastics and things like that, but the other ones here, what have we got?
Yeah, we got good Allen T-handles here, made by Motion Pro. They're good for like sprocket bolts and airbox cover bolts, things that use Allens, fork guards also. They're really nice. They have a nice flat end here that you can get for torque and any kind of leverage you need to put on a bolt without worrying about stripping them out. And then the ball end here on the other end is good for just quick, fast removal, you know, and they're pretty nice.
Now, you take them on the start line. We always see them hanging off your waist. On the start line, what do you use these for?
Yeah, I do take a couple of them down to the start line just in case if the whole shot device or something like that isn't lined up correctly. It makes that really fast to be able to adjust that. And then also, if you ever have a fork guard break, like say on a sliding lap, something like that, and you need to replace it, they're very efficient.
All right, guys, well, look out for these on the mechanics. Thanks, Billy.
These are guys hoping for no more mechanical problems. They got the Kawasaki rectified. Eli Tomac, after some bad luck last week, wants to win here in his home state. Stay with us. Give you a tour here at Thunder Valley with the MX versus ATV track mount.
Yeah, this is joining at the top part of the track. Come down this hill. This is where you may have seen Osborne tuck the front end. A lot of elevation here at Lakewood. Back up the hill, little step up to another biggest triple step up. Land, get on the brakes, pick your line inside, outside. We've seen both work. Then down here, great passing spot. Long, deep ruts into this ever-tightening right-hander off camber. Then a couple switchbacks to get on the gas hard, up the hill, triple step up over the Red Bull. Then you sweep through this turn here as we go on board with our Garmin course preview. This is the 360 version with on board with Ronnie Stewart. You see they turn around. Now you have a look at what it's like from early in the day. These ruts getting really deep, almost becoming a little bit like slot car. Once you get in one, you have to use that rut the whole way through that section.
What's cool about this Garmin, you can get the data. It's the only 360 camera that gives you the data readout as well, so you get to see some of the speeds and a lot of other data points you can pick from. That's the mechanics area. And working his way through, this is Ronnie Stewart from practice, and those ruts are even deeper now. And live First Moto coverage on MAV TV continues all season long here at the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship. We'll have next weekend off, and then we'll be back June 17th for High Point in Mount Morris, Pennsylvania. So keep us tuned in here on MAV TV all year. Give you the full schedule as some fans were checking out the pits earlier. Now they're at the fences to watch the race. Here's your Lucas Oil upcoming schedule. We will have a television tomorrow on NBCSN with our second moto coverage from here at Thunder Valley. Then, like I mentioned, the weekend off, and then June 17th, we're back with our first NBC moto, by the way, next race out at High Point. Last year, Marvin Musquin, as a rookie in the 450 class, finished third in the standings. That sounds good. But he was 183 points behind your series champion, Ken Roczen. This year, he's the points leader, making huge strides this season in the 450 class.
What I learned last year is obviously racing in the 450 class in motocross, racing with really good riders on the class, and learning the bike too. It's been good learning season, and I'm looking forward to get better for the new season.
Marvin has had the advantage of spending the past 5 seasons as teammate and training partner with one of the sport's all-time greats.
Well, definitely learned a lot, from Ryan Dungey, having him as a teammate and battling for championships every year and winning championships too. So, and training with him as well. I've been, training with Alden Baker and Jason Anderson and Ryan Dungey for now 3 years, and I've gotten better for sure. We push each other on the track, and sometimes it's like race day at the practice track all together. We want to be each other's the fastest, and it's good.
For the first time, Marvin Musquin is an overall winner in the 450 class of Lucas Oil Pro Motocross.
Right now in the 450, the goal is to win championships and to be able to win some races in Supercross. Definitely shown the American fans that I'm here to win, and that I've been working hard, and that's what they see, and they love it. I think I've got a lot of support, and more being this position. I think I'm going to be, you know, capable of riding really well and hopefully, you know, battling for the championship.
Shout out to Justin Heff, our FMF Privateer Power Award winner based on last week. Finished 14th at Glen Helen. That was actually his first career pro national. Started up front in the first moto. Not racing here today, though. He's a privateer. Give that kid a ride. Get him in the races. Here's KTM keys to the moto.
Well, we're up at Colorado, Mile High City, so we do have altitude issues, meaning these days, I think the bikes don't struggle as much. It's the riders, even guys like Jason Anderson. He's suffered from altitude sickness in the past. That is huge. Reliability. We've seen bikes have mechanicals, both in the 250s, the 450s, different brands. Reliability is important, especially at altitude when you add in more factors, and then the ruts. These ruts are deep, they're long, they're gnarly. You've got to get through them as clean as possible, pick the right lines, take the right lines, and I think add the others together, you'll be, yeah, just okay. Get a good start too, that helps.
Pivotal moment here in the championship. I know it's only the 5th moto of the season as Nicole puts the Fly Racing 30-second card up, but there's so much on the line right now. Musquin has taken the momentum in the championship. Don't forget Jason Anderson got a moto win last week. Blake Baggett got a podium finish there in the number 4 last week. These riders are starting to feel it. Eli Tomac has got to try to pull that confidence back away from them and put it back on himself. Maybe there's an upset special. Maybe there's someone else on that line that's ready to get in the mix too.
We'll find out.
All right, Fly Racing 30-second card is sideways. The revs are up and the gate is down. Martin Davilo is going to try to get the whole shot here, and he makes it happen on the Rockstar Husqvarna. Justin Bogle on 19 right behind him, and it's Dakota Alex on the 70. Just able to keep it on the track. 21 and Jason Anderson going to take 3rd.
Wow, what a great move there from Anderson. He just sliced and diced his way from about 6th into 3rd. He was another one that looked really good in qualifying practice earlier. There's Brock Tickle, so we know that the RCH team were able to get that bike built up.
Yep.
After that freak random fire they had about less than an hour ago. So the RCH boys 2nd and I think 4th.
Oh, some contact back there. They're shoving Dakota Alex aside. Justin Barsha, Brock Tickle, and Cole Seeley all in the shot together. Seeley and Tickle. Oh, they almost came together again. Barsha on the 51 able to get around Seeley on the 14.
I was just going to say, where is Tomac? And you see him at the top of your screen there, sitting now in 9th position, just behind Cooper Webb on the number 2. But, oh, 3 wide in the background there. Webb gets past Seeley. This is like the 250 race early on. Just, you don't know where to look.
His track has turned out perfect. Really racy right now. One rider we do not see, though, is Musquin, who must have had a terrible start. Tomac on the green. He's around the outside. We hear that Musquin has actually gone down early. Musquin down. Webb battling with Seeley, battling with Tomac, who's all the way on the outside. Doesn't even get Webb.
Oh, he did. He ran it in there. He had that inside. Well, he had the inside. They came in. It was a 50-50 battle. But typically, the guy on the outside has to relinquish the line. What a awesome opening lap here. Look at these guys.
Musquin is 26th right now. So this is Tomac's
Someone's down.
Oh, your leader, Davalos, throws it away.
I saw the yellow flag, and, well, on the opening lap, when the top 10 are coming through and you see a yellow flag, it's almost a repeat of last week when we saw the yellow flag for Jeremy Martin when he went down while leading on the opening lap at Glen Helen. Lots of crazy stuff happening soon, so we'll try and restack it for you. So now Justin Bogle, he will lead the first lap of the season. Anderson, Barsha, Tickle, Tomac, Seeley, Webb, Pike, Davalos, and Wilson round out your top 10.
So another moto where the opportunity to do some damage is open for some new players. With Tomac not a great start, and Musquin with a crash all the way in the back. Bogle trying to take advantage. Anderson trying to take advantage. Barsha up to 3rd. He looks good on the Auto Trader JGR Suzuki. But right now it is Bogle. Remember, this team, a little over an hour ago, an hour and 15 minutes ago, a fire busted out in the RCH Yoshimura Suzuki pits. They didn't know if they'd be able to race this moto. And now they have 1st and 4th with Bogle, who upended his whole life, moved from Oklahoma to Florida in a rush, basically packed everything up in a truck, and now under the guidance of Ricky Carmichael and Ricky's mom, Jeannie, and it is paying off right now, riding very well. Go back to the start here and show you how Martin Davilo was able to control it with the motorsport.com whole shot replay.
Yeah, most of the starts coming from about 7 to 15 gates from the inside, gets it, gets braked, and actually gets into what was already an existing rut. Yes, they do go and track over it, but you can tell, got the drive. Oh, behind him. Oh, that's what happened. There's Muscat and Josh Grant, and then Baggett. I saw Baggett was back down. Oh, so that explains, because look at Baggett, he's way down. Here's another look. See, there's the 4 of Baggett. There's Muscat. There's Josh Grant. Trying to see.
Harrison, 68. Wow.
Harrison.
So a lot of contenders right there, a bunch of podium finishes between all 3 of those riders, and we'll show you Baggett is 23rd. Muscat has climbed to 15th. That is unbelievable.
He's gained like 15 positions in about a lap and a half.
Yeah.
Incredible.
But I'm trying to find Grant on the radar. He's 36th. Meanwhile, Anderson on the 21 is going after Bogle for the lead. Now, a big story with Anderson this weekend, where he has struggled mightily at this race in the past. In fact, last year was not able to complete either moto because he generally struggles with altitude sickness. So far, so good. He looked very racy, very quick in practice, and right now is trying to hunt down Bogle. And by the way, Tomac, once he climbed to 4th, he has not gone right through these riders. They are matching his pace. Georgia, what do you know about Anderson's situation with the altitude?
After qualifying, I caught up with him, asked him how he was doing. He said, the main thing is, it's just my heart rate goes really, really high, which is normal, it does, but then he can't recover from that well. So he flew in late last night to try and spend minimal time here at altitude. So I think it's just a matter of seeing how the moto goes for him right now.
Wow, that's some pretty interesting stuff to have to deal with, but Webb is in the pits. See the Yamaha crew.
Now, by the way, there's on the right, that's Shane Drew. That's not normally the mechanic. Cooper Webb's mechanic, Eric Gass, actually broke his collarbone on a mountain bike ride on Monday. That's what you get for spending your holiday weekend on a mountain bike. So the mechanics have to work extra hard getting Webb in and out of the pits. Right now, Justin Bogle leading it in Colorado. It's an upset special. Tremendous battle raging here for a 3rd place in the 450s at Colorado. Eli Tomac trying to get Justin Barcia. He had a pass once. Barcia got it back. Barcia's fighting to do it again.
What about that? Justin Barcia says, no, thank you very much. I haven't had a ride like this in some time. I'm not going to roll over for you, Eli Tomac. They know each other well. Tomac now has the outside coming down the hill. How's this going to pan out? These ruts are deep. This is what cost Tomac 2 years ago. He went down hard there. Gets the job done. What a move. Power move. Oh, we see a yellow flag.
Oh, could that be somebody down? No, Justin Bogle still leading. And here comes Jason Anderson. Anderson won the previous moto in this championship a week ago in California. He didn't even make it this far into a moto at this race last year. So clearly the altitude is not as much of an issue as it has been in the past. But what can you say about Bogle? He doesn't just have the lead, but as you said, he is holding it. He's not holding the guys up.
Nope.
They're not all over him.
He's actually got a slight gap on Anderson, who's riding great. And you get that feeling between the crowd and Eli Tomac, maybe riding with a chip on his shoulder. I know you saw him after the race last week, Jason. I didn't get a chance to see him directly, but you even said he seemed frustrated and heated. And that just, goes with when something happens with a bike, a rider's always going to be a little heated, feeling like it cost him. But what usually happens, they come back and they ride with some vengeance. And this race looks like it's going to be interesting. But I cannot say how impressed I am with Justin Bogle at the moment and that whole RCH team for dealing with all the controversy with a fire. That does not normally happen. So, Georgia, what do you got for us on the 19?
Yes, just as you were mentioning, that's got to really get your heart rate up and get you kind of nervous and worried about going into your first moto after the problems with the fire and Brock Tickle's bike. But obviously his wasn't affected by this. He said he's ready to get up there. He knows he's riding good. The change of program, I think, has been good for him. And he just seems happy and calm. So looking good right now for him.
And Bogle telling me, I talked to him quite a bit last week about that move from his traditional training grounds at home in Oklahoma to now moving to Florida. A lot more strength training, less time on the bicycle, and he's also learned a lot about testing the motorcycle. The 250 class, a lot of times these teams will just give the bike and say, listen, this is what's going to work. He's really learned a lot about setting up a bike and how much of a difference it can make, and what a difference it has made here. This is the best we've ever seen Justin Bogle ride. Oh, it's fair to mention, this is the motorcycle that won this race last year with Ken Roxon. drama here. Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. Eli Tomac has crashed, and it has taken a while to start the bike. We were watching 4th and 5th. Justin Barsha. Oh, and Cole Steely, they both go by, and look who's caught Tomac now. Marvin Musquin, who was down on the ground in turn 1, has caught his championship rival. It's now a battle for 6th place, and I think Musquin's going quicker.
Wow, what a turn of events. Who would have predicted this? Look at Musquin, thought about it on the outside, but Tomac got, for him, a normal start. He was, in the top 10, which for him is actually okay. And for Musquin, he was down. So at this point, Marvin's got to be smiling out of that helmet, knowing, hey, the guy I'm going after is now right in front of me. I got him on sights. This is actually going to be fun to watch, because this is a momentum battle, meaning who's going to carry the momentum moving forward? Who's going to feel more confident?
And in addition, with Musquin having his problems early, and now Tomac having problems, they're really far back. The door is absolutely open for someone like Vogel to win this moto. I know we're only about halfway through, but this is 22 seconds now behind your leader, Vogel. These two would have a long way to go forward to try to get this moto win.
Almost love to know what the odds would be in Vegas on Justin Vogel winning the race. Someone threw a couple bucks down. He would have been very happy with the outcome. But this is going to be fun to watch. Tomac back up. We didn't see exactly what happened, how he went down, but that was the same corner as Osborne. So,
yeah, it was more in the exit of the corner, but we were watching Sealy and Barsha come through, and then the very exit of the corner, Tomac was laying on the ground. Then it took a while to start the bike. Now they're going to race back up the start stretch. Tomac settling back down. So we'll reset it again. It's Vogel, Anderson, Sealy, top 3, Barsha, Tickle, and then these two, Tomac and Musquin. And we should be able to show you here on the right side of the screen.
Look at Tomac right here. You're going to see he's going to come through the turn. He's got his leg out. Oh, it gets pulled back. He does a knack-knack. So he dabbed so hard it actually pulled him off the bike. And as a former racer, I've done that myself. He's already down. Now you'll see as both riders, you see, oh, it actually cost Barsha.
Yeah.
He had to check up. He was in the same line. He had to check up and change his direction. That allowed Sealy by.
Tickle as well.
Yeah, and the Kawasaki doesn't have that electric start. So you saw from Tomac just a little bit longer to get going.
So now he's got Musquin shadowing him. He's stretched out a few bike lengths from where they were the last time. We're halfway through the moto. 15 minutes down, 15 minutes to go. And in 15 minutes, you can save 15% or more on your insurance with Geico. Man, Tomac, is that mistakes there, or is that just the track making everyone look bad?
Well, it's a combination of both. To me, he looks like he's riding a little frustrated at the moment. Just not quite Eli when he's riding his groove. Just, feet coming off, little things like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's pushing it, but I kind of feel like maybe he's almost angry riding the bike, which is not working well on this kind of track. You need some finesse.
It's a shocker right now to see Musquin and Tomac battling for 6th place. They both had crashes. Musquin was early, though, and I can't believe he's moved this far forward this quickly. But now that he's gotten to Tomac, he has not been able to do anything with him, and they are starting to catch Tickle, who would be up ahead in 5th. Up front, Justin Vogel has opened the lead up to 6 seconds, and he was another 10th quicker than Jason Anderson the last time around. Vogel has never won a moto in either class.
No, that was best lap. Last lap around, it was almost a 3-second difference. So Vogel almost matched his best lap of the race, which is the fastest car on track. So Justin Vogel, man, hats off to you, buddy, and the RCH team. They got to be just jumping out of their seat. Ricky and Kerry, not sure where they're at the moment, probably in front of a TV at the very least.
Well, I know Ricky's actually in Japan right now for the launch of the 2018 Suzuki RMZ 450.
Perfect timing, perfect timing.
Yeah, I think it's about 5 in the morning right there, and the boys are watching, so they've got to be happy. Justin Vogel going to try to lock it down and win his first ever career moto victory. He's got a 7.8 second lead. Whether you're a student, engineer, or machinist, Titans of CNC will teach you everything you need to know about CNC machining, and we dedicate this season to all the builders lifting manufacturing education up with job growth on camera. That's Titans of CNC, Monday, 9 Eastern and Pacific on MAV TV, Motorsports Network. Three-rider battle brewing right now. Eli Tomac has caught Brock Tickle for 5th place. Tickle on the RCH, Yoshimura Suzuki, Monster Kawasaki of Tomac, and Tomac is bringing the Red Bull KTM of Marvin Musquin, his championship rival, right with him. This is 5th, 6th, and 7th, and Justin Barcia in 4th. On the Auto Trader, Monster JGR Suzuki is right there as well. Shades of our fantastic 250 Moto 1. We got 4 riders in the same shot.
Yeah, this is awesome. And in the 450 class, you don't see this as often, as well as some of the new names in the mix up front. So for the RCH boys, like you said, they were literally on fire
earlier.
They were
literally on fire. They were fired up.
They had to redo, or change the parts on the 20 by Brock Tickle. And let's not forget, Bogle's out front, and then you got Barcia in the mix. So great moto for the Suzuki clan. And for Tomac, we're not quite used to him, and he's probably not used to having a battle with these guys in recent days.
Absolutely.
Especially for a top 5 position. So, wow, come to Colorado, expect the unexpected.
Tickle trying to get Barcia and hold off Tomac at the same time. They cross up lines. Tomac going to run the inside. Ooh, it's so scary to see him charge through there. That's why he got hurt 2 years ago. Shrugs that off, makes the move.
Oh!
No! Tickle not going to let him have it. Still battling. And Tomac finally makes the pass for 5th place. Musquin's got to try to follow.
Yeah, Marvin's like, hey, I got to do the same thing. I don't want to lose touch with these guys. But for Brock Tickle, they, just kind of coasted. Is he got a problem? I don't know if he had a problem, but he seemed like he just checked up there.
Yeah, not charging down that hill. Tomac now has got Barcia in his sights. Got him on the inside. Bad line for Barcia. Barcia trying to fight back, and he does.
And you know what he does exactly when he has a wheel length? Chops it, closes that door.
That's bam for you.
Hey, that's good racing. You got to do that. You
Look at Marvin. Marvin is right there. Going to try to get Tomac. This would be huge if he could top Tomac straight up. He beat him in the first moto last week, but he had the whole shot. Tomac was in the back. Right now, it's man against man.
If Musquin's able to pass Tomac in his home state, I think that's huge for so many reasons. And he does.
He's got it.
He stays
He's got
low.
the pass.
Won a crossover, went from inside to outside, had the speed, scrubbed that jump. You'll often hear me say he went forward, not up. They do both all the time, but he went more forward. And what a great move. Now watch. I watch for Marvin to get around Barcia as soon as possible to get away from Tomac.
Yes.
He's got the inside. He's got the drive. Barcia's going to close the door.
Oh, these guys, they're going to have Barcia's jersey in their nightmares tonight. They've been blocked by him several times. That was Musquin's opportunity to try to get a buffer, and instead, now Tomac's going back after him. Your 2 riders battling for the championship and battling for 4th.
What great racing. I think Barcia's probably the only rider that appears to be riding a quad out there. He seems twice as wide as everyone else, but he is very good at defending, and he's also got the pace to stay in front of these guys. Yes, you could say they're a little bit quicker. And look, who is that? Blake Baggett.
What? Where did Baggett come from?
He came from nowhere.
Yes, he was down with Musquin early. He might be the fastest rider, and Tomac and Musquin almost come together as they battle with Barcia.
No way. Blake Baggett, fastest rider on the track. Sorry, folks, for not figuring that out. We're so focused on this battle. Baggett is flying.
Musquin's going to try an outside line. He's got to get desperate. He's got to get Barcia shoved between he and Tomac, and he does it.
Oh, and Tomac makes a little mistake. Baggett has to shut the throttle off. Woo! Less than 8 minutes to go, and there's plenty of racing.
Between what we've seen in our first 250 moto and this, maybe the best hour of motocross I've seen in quite some time. Baggett is absolutely on the charge. El Chupacabra is here.
Watch, outside. Oh, I thought he was going to go to the inside.
Tomac going to get Barcia.
But will he?
No! Barcia shoves him out of the line and holds up Tomac. Baggett's got an opening.
Oh, if Eli Tomac has got to be just frustrated right now. He's been sitting behind Justin Barcia forever, and look at Tomac. Tomac made hay while the sun was shining, and he went bam, bam. Musquin just got by.
I would have never, ever, ever imagined that Musquin would go from down on the ground in turn 1 to potentially adding more points to his points lead on Tomac in this race. But a long way to go, 7 minutes in these ruts. Damn, Tomac, though, has his hands full of Blake Baggett right now.
Before they cross the finish line, I just want to call out the lap times from the last time around. Bogle, 17. Anderson, 18. Seeley, 17. Musquin, 17. Barcia, 19. Tomac, 18. But it was a 2:15 for Blake Baggett. 2 seconds quicker than anyone on track.
Up front, Bogle's lead is up to 11 seconds. He has got this. He doesn't make a mistake. Mistake from Barsha. Tomac going to try to walk the tightrope down to the inside, and he gets him.
Tomac ran Barsha to the outside, saying, I'm going to make sure you don't get back on me. Finally, Tomac gets the job done.
Let's see what Baggett can do now. Can he stay with Tomac? Can he make short work of Barsha? No one's been able to do that so far. Barsha has been awfully stingy with the track position here.
I'm excited to see what Baggett can do. Already to the outside of Barsha, almost in the cameraman's face. He jumps into the bank. This guy is on rails right now.
I have never seen someone use that bank on this track before. That is the first time I've ever seen a motorcycle out there. An amazing corner speed here. He sucks right back onto the rear fender of Tomac.
Whoa, this is, man, I've seen some things today I don't think I've ever seen in my career, and this is just so awesome to watch right now. Expect the unexpected, guys. I've said it before, but who would have thought that Blake Baggett would run down and maybe even go around the outside of Tomac? And he does.
Woo,
and the crowd is not erupting because they see their local boy get past. They are probably in shock. Look at that crowd.
Yeah,
take a look at the background. It's a massive crowd, but I think they're a little bit stunned right now just what has happened.
Tomac has gone all the way back now to 6th place, and Musquin has gone to 4th. Musquin, though, would have to make up a lot of ground. He's 8 seconds behind Seeley. And I got bad news for Marvin Musquin. Blake Baggett is not done.
No, he is. He looks good, and he's flying. He's got some great lines. But how about Justin Bogle, almost a 12-second lead out front? Never saw that one coming.
No. Baggett is right there and about to make the pass on Musquin. He's made him about 20 bike lengths in the course of 3 corners. What is going on? El Chupacabra sighting for sure. Musquin, I think, has realized, wait, where did this guy come from? I wasn't expecting it. Now he's coming back.
He's fighting back. He's like, no, I don't think so. Marvin probably as surprised as a few other guys.
Yeah, it did not have him on the radar at all. So for the moment, Marvin able to fight him off. Baggett on that Rocky Mountain ATV MC WPS fly racing machine. Coming right back on Musquin. This is for 4th. Seeley has been quiet on the Honda HRC ride, but solid in a podium position. And they're 8 seconds behind him, so I don't know if they're going to be able to catch him. Oh, their lines came together. Baggett almost had to come to a stop. Musquin trying to protect the inside. Oh,
that was close. Baggett almost went off the track.
Yeah.
Lapper, he didn't really see what's coming, but they freight train him. They look at it, back to the outside. This is Baggett's line. He just flies round there. Has to move out of the way for another lapper. That's how fast these guys are going. They're just blowing by lappers. And look at this. Round the outside. Blake Baggett is flying. Musquin looks fired up as well. I don't think he expected that. Especially after you get past someone like Eli Tomac and start pulling away. I'm sure you don't expect Blake Baggett, who has not passed you in probably quite a long time.
This is amazing. They are battling for 4th and 5th. Do not forget, the beginning of the Moto, they were down in a heat. So they essentially would have had to have been about, what, 36th, 37th place?
I saw Baggett's name, I think 29th or something at the end of the first lap.
But when they got up, they had to be in the 30s, and now they've gone to 4th and 5th. Now the question is Baggett's pace enough to get all the way to 3rd? 7 seconds to make up on Seeley, who's in front of him. Let's just remind you, this is how the Moto started for the 4 and the 25.
There's Baggett, there's Josh Grant, who's buried, there's Marvin on the right. A couple other guys get held up. But those are the three big names, as you can tell. Josh Grant, looked like his pants got ripped as well. Maybe that's what he's struggling. He had to pull his pants up. I think they got ripped during that crash.
So Baggett from that to 4th, and maybe a podium in this Moto if he can keep this charge going. The last time around, Baggett ran a 2:14. Seeley in 3rd ran a 2:18. 4 seconds a lap faster than the rider in front of him. Yet, as crazy as this is, that will only be the 2nd biggest story of this Moto, because this man, Justin Bogle, career best in the 450 class, 4th in one Moto last year, is now looking for a Moto win. And if he can just keep it on 2 wheels, he has it. The lead is 12.9 seconds. Anderson is no longer in the picture. He's just going to hold 2nd. Bogle just has to avoid the big mistake, and he's going to deliver RCH Yoshimura Suzuki's first Moto win this year.
Wow, that'd be... Well, we've had a lot of talking points today, and this is just adding to it. But really happy for these guys. I think for the whole RCH team, once Ken Roxon left, I think a lot of people felt like the wind was sort of taken out of the sails, and maybe it was just a rebuilding year. And they've got two guys that I've always said are like the guys behind the guy, you know, behind the massive names. These have always been those riders that are solid, consistent, and I don't know, you know, if I'm Kenny Watson, I'm going to go start a fire in the pit next round because it worked. Tickle's still in a solid 8th place. But this ride from Bogle, his line selection, his racecraft, just everything has just been extremely impressive today.
I cannot believe this. Yes, a little over an hour before the moto, the fire broke out, and I heard it looks like they might not be able to race this moto. Well, good thing they were, because they're out there. Tickle putting in a solid run, like you said, in 8th. That bike took on the majority of the damage. Luckily, Bogle's bike
you can see the black soot on the parts, like the radiators and electricals that were taken off, so they had to be cautious. But still, wow.
Yeah, to go from that drama to this, and maybe that's all that matters. A foot off the peg. I don't know if that's classic Bogle leg swag.
I think that was leg swag.
Okay, that's Bogle's trademark move, the leg swag, taking it off in midair.
I think he was just letting the team guys know, I've got this.
Unbelievable. I mean, no challengers left. Let's show you the gap he has over Anderson. Now, if you're Anderson, you will take this 2nd place finish all day long. A rider that could not finish the first moto last year due to altitude sickness.
Oh yeah,
he'll be very happy with second.
This is a win for him. So if I was him, I would back it off too. You got a gap to Seeley.
Now, how much of a gap does Seeley have
to
Baggett? No, Baggett's got it down to 1 second. And once El Chupacabra has you in his sights, the last rider you want to have back there. Seeley hasn't had a moto podium since Muddy Creek last year, which was first half of last season. Was putting together a solid run. I think he had 2 moto podiums out of 3 motos. And he broke his pinky so badly that he had to get surgery on it. We didn't see him for quite some time. And Seeley is riding with some leg injuries right now. The Honda folks actually sent him out and did some off-road riding behind the Honda Supercross test track this week, just to ride on some gnarly, rutted, technical terrain, just to switch it up. And it has worked. Seeley on a very rough rutted track, quietly effective today in 3rd, but Baggett is coming in a hurry.
Yeah, Baggett's not doing anything quietly. No, he is just, you know, sabotaging this track, just using lines we haven't seen, landing up on the banking. That top on the first half of this track, he is quite incredible. He's fast around the whole thing. Now watch this. He's going to have to go to the outside. Look at those deep ruts. Pick your line. Seeley to the inside. Baggett looks calm. He's got the line. Can he get the power to the ground? Yes. Blake Baggett. What an incredible run from the ground to the podium spot.
And remember, there's always 2 motos every weekend in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. So this 3rd might make the difference of Baggett having a shot at the overall win today if he can put on this kind of charge without going down to the start in Moto 2.
I was going to say, if he does this sort of charge without going down to Moto 2, he'll probably win it. And a 3-1 puts you in very, very, very good shape to win the overall, because the only way you win is if Bogle got 2nd in Moto 2. And we've seen with these mixed results, you can't bank on anything.
No. I was watching you, watching him, like you're trying to figure out, what is this dude doing? Unbelievable Baggett's charge. And now we're going to focus on Anderson, because it is not inconceivable that Baggett could catch him with a lap and a half to go. He's going about 4 seconds faster. He had 8 seconds to make up when the 2-lap card came out. And we've got to imagine that Anderson is probably just saying, I'm going to settle for 2nd. So Anderson's probably not pedal to the metal here.
Yeah, that gets scary when you go, hey, I've got a gap, I'll settle, and all of a sudden someone else is just on another level, coming like a freight train. Blake Baggett has done just that. What a moto.
Musquin, oh, that's big for the points. He has gotten around Seeley as well to take over 3rd. So now, Musquin is going to shove Seeley between himself and Tomac. Musquin had a 15-point lead coming into this. Could be a 19-point lead when this moto is over, depending on how it all shakes out. And I think it actually might be 18 because of the only a 1-point gap between Seeley and Tomac.
And I'm wondering, you know, how Tomac's feeling right now, because he's been slowly just dropping off from the KTM boys of Baggett and Musquin.
I can't remember the last time we saw Tomac struggle in a moto this much. He is running in 6th right now. He had 1 moto in the 6th place last year. Every other moto is 6th or better. was better than 6th, though in a long time since Tomac has struggled, and we know what he did in the 15. He won every moto he was in until he got hurt. So to see Tomac back here struggling, just not typical.
Yeah, back there, like we're waiting for him.
Waiting and waiting and waiting.
And he was ahead of these guys at some point.
Now there could be an undisclosed. Whoa! Look at that! Barsha has gotten back around him, so I think it's official. Something has to be wrong with Tomac, either physically or the bike, to have lost this much ground. And Barsha, who he had passed and was starting to pull away from, has now come back.
I just hope for Kawasaki's sake it's not a front brake issue. It doesn't appear to be, but it doesn't appear like everything's running smooth. The crowd's gone a little quiet. The battles are settled.
Yeah, he was up to 3rd at one point. He was starting to get Anderson in 2nd place in his sights. It looked like it was inevitable that he was going to start challenging him for 2nd, then he fell, and he has not been the same rider since.
I'm wondering if he got arm pumpers, because it doesn't appear like the motorcycle's struggling. White flag, last lap, Justin Bogle.
Unreal.
Parade lap for him. I mean, who would have thought Justin Bogle could go and do leg swag and wait for the crowd on the last lap of a moto, because he was so far in front.
12 seconds is the gap.
Look at it. I mean, Jason, you could even cruise around this last lap and still win it for him.
I don't know if I go that far. 12 seconds a lap, they could probably make that up on me. I'll tell you what, though. Justin Bogle, now he told me...
He's not going to lose 12 seconds.
Now, I'm actually pumped to see the guy throwing the leg swag out there, because a lot of times these guys get in a position where they've never won one of these before and they get real nervous. So he's showing that he's still pretty loose while leading this thing. And when Bogle told me about all the changes to his program and moving to Florida and training and learning to test a motorcycle and different types of drills during the week, he said, all those changes I think are going to be better, but it's going to take a long time for them to sink in. I don't think even he expected this drastic of a change. You can see the gap he has over Anderson.
And there's
Baggett still coming.
Shoot with 2/3 of a lap to go. It's not out of the question, but you'd want to think that Jason Anderson's got this one as they come over the fly racing jump. See Anderson looked over his shoulder, trying to figure out who's where, who's doing what. So with the lappers, sometimes it gets confusing. I'm sure he knows it's Baggett at this point. Baggett's got to deal with some lap traffic, and oh, their lines do come together. There was a leg swag.
Yeah.
Most guys do one-handers, he does one-footers, folks. That's his deal. That's Bogle's specialty.
Well, I'm pumped for Bogle. He's one of the coolest cats in the pits. A really fun guy to talk to. Has a burgeoning rap career, which he usually doesn't want to talk about at the races because he doesn't want people to think it's taking his focus away from it. But when you have a big enough lead to fist pump to your mechanic Grant Hutcherson has been with him since he turned pro in the 250 days.
GH.
Oh, a huge
knack.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, this is awesome to watch. Good job, Justin. Congrats, RCH. I know it's maybe not been the easiest of years for that team that's used to some success. But how about this? I don't think too many people predicted this. The air horns are going.
He is doing a trick on every jump, yeah. All right, so they were fired up literally in the pits. A fire over an hour ago in the RCH pits. They've extinguished it, but it's relit as Justin Bogle wins his first ever moto in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross, and he does it in a 450 class against some big competition, including Jason Anderson, who finishes 2nd, and Blake Baggett ran out of time from down on the ground to 3rd. Yeah, what a ride indeed. We'll talk to these guys in one of the wildest motos we have seen in a long time in this class. But in the series, probably only the wildest moto we've seen in an hour, because that 250 race was amazing too. Good job, Justin Bogle. What a day of racing thus far at Thunder Valley. History made in so many ways, including a first ever moto winner. I'm sure Georgia's very happy to talk to this man. Georgia?
Hey, he is my Oklahomie, I've got to say that, but Justin Bogle, congratulations, first ever 450 moto win. You just looked like you were cruising out there. It didn't seem like the ruts even phased you. How was it?
I had a good flow, you know, shout out to the whole RCH, Yoshimura, Suzuki team. All the guys over there, we got the bike working really good. That helped a lot because this track is super burly. It's tough every year, so just getting in a flow, riding smooth. I felt awesome though, you know. This is my first podium on a 450 in a moto, so to make it a win, it's incredible. You know, I felt awesome. We'll hopefully get back up here second moto.
Well, starting off the morning with the fire under the RCH pits, and obviously that's going to change a few things, but you're finishing the first moto with leg swag, doing your knack-knacks. That's just keeping it fun and keeping it real for you.
And that's the thing, but you know how it is, winning's fun. So Got to keep the ball rolling. We had a little bit of excitement under the RCH tent this morning, but nothing those guys can't handle. We got it sorted quickly and got both the bikes back ready to get off the start, which I got an incredible start. So thankful for that. Shout out to all those guys, my mechanic Hutch, everyone over there, man. It's good.
Huge congratulations. Justin Bogle taking the first Moto win.
I am just in shock with all the things that have happened so far today. Congrats to him.
The nail on the head. Huge congratulations, Justin Bogle. No one saw this one coming. Here's our Lucas Oil race recap. You see there, Davalos with the whole shot. Some drama for some top riders in the background.
Yeah, that's Muscan on the right, Josh Grant in the middle, and Blake Baggett down. Now, Grant would end up not finishing this moto. I think he had some problems here. But Muscan and Baggett, remember those names. Davalos, your leader, would go down. That would open up the door for Bogle to take the lead. Anderson second, Barsha and Tickle up there. Tomac starts making a charge, and then he, uncharacteristically here, goes down. Just when you thought he would start going forward, he goes backwards.
Yeah, makes a mistake there. Actually did a knack-knack at the wrong spot. Put his foot down. You see he goes down. That actually helped Seeley because Barsha had to check up, and then the battle raged between these guys. Watch Muscan, stays low, gets to the inside. He puts it in front of Tomac.
Yes, so Muscan from down on the ground would pass his championship rival to help extend his points lead. And then from even further back, Baggett would come back to pass Tomac, pass Muscan, and here, pass Seeley for third. An unbelievable ride.
Yeah, what a comeback ride for Blake Baggett. Watch for him in Moto 2. He was flying when he had clear track.
But flying in every way, over the jumps with some leg swag and some knack-knacks, over the finish line jump with a big fist pump. First career Motocross Moto win for Justin Bogle, who just about a month ago was struggling so mightily with a rough season in Supercross. Pair of top 10s to start the outdoor championship, and then this, a Moto win.
Dominant Moto win.
Yeah, Muscan with Tomac pushed all the way back to 7th, is going to extend that lead. Shout out to Tickle, they got that bike started and fixed, finishes up in 8th. A couple other riders to note. Cooper Webb, more problems, had another visit to the pits, 14th. Let's go back to Georgia.
Yes, taking the Blake Baggett, you were pretty much dead last, and you came up and you just came through the pack unbelievably smooth. What is it about Thunder Valley that gave you the confidence and the skill to get through the pack like that?
I mean, the skills have been there, but we're just, it's a new bike, new team for me this year, so we got to figure it out in Supercross, and it's just taken us till now to get it figured out in outdoors. So pretty much gave them that one. I felt like I had the speed to win, but when you're laying on the ground, it doesn't help. So put on the best charge I could, try to give you guys, the fans that came out today, the best show they can. We'll go get back ready for the second moto and try to keep it on 2 wheels.
Now, I know that throughout the last couple of weeks, through the motos, you've made changes on your bike, but just small ones. Is there anything specific you changed for this weekend?
Yeah, we changed, you know, from last weekend to this weekend again, we changed the front fork setting and the rear shock. So we're still searching. The work isn't over until you're out front every time.
Excited to see you in Moto 2. Well done, Blake Baggett.
I'm going to put a bow on this. I believe that was the best hour of racing I might have ever seen. I've been following this and calling it for quite some time. We'll have the conclusion tomorrow, second motos on NBCSN. Or if you're watching us with the NBC Sports Gold app, just stay here and the second motos live. We got to get an opportunity to catch our breath, though, man.
Jeez, tell me about it. I mean, like you said, Jason, incredible. But here's our Lucas Oil upcoming schedule.
We get a week off. We need a week off to recover from this.
Yeah, get our voice back. But
yeah,
look at this, all around the country.
Yeah, we go to High Point, Pennsylvania, then Tennessee the next weekend in Redbud, our annual July 4th celebration in Michigan, Southwick, go to Millville, Minnesota. We'll wrap it up just outside of Indianapolis at the Ironman National. But whatever they did in this track, conditions, whatever happened,
I love it.
Just bring it to every track.
Yes, please do.
Yes.
Well, we saw Shane Schaefer out there doing some track work, so there, he's in one of those units out there. Might be in the dozer.
Yeah, don't change it too much, though, because it was amazing. So, well done to Alex Martin to take the moto win in the 250 class. Big congratulations for Justin Bogle, his first career moto win in the 450s. It's going to be wild, the fight for the overall. For Georgia Lindsay and Grant Langston, I'm Jason Wygant saying thanks for watching our first motos. Watch us on NBCSN and the NBC Gold app for Motos 2 for what should be some more great racing from Colorado.